couple of days we've been doing some leg entries against this sort of a long range, in this sort of a long range situation. I just wanted to review some of that and kind of get that documented so it's part of our long range guard system. So the first one's kind of easy, and I just wanted to kind of go into this. So we just basically grab a leg, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my foot and my hand to just kind of scoot in. And as I do this, I want to keep this knee to my chest. I don't want to do this because now I pull mount, basically. So I keep my leg here so that if he tries to sit in the mount, I can start elevating and doing some funny stuff here. Okay, so I keep my leg here, and I bring my other foot here, and really important, I want to bring this knee to this heel, and I want to bring this foot around this upper thigh. Okay? And you can already see I'm not even exerting much pressure, and yeah, he's having a problem standing. And very important, you gotta get your hips up. Okay? You don't want to be like this, because now, yeah, you're not feeling, yeah, exactly. He could start dancing if he wants. So you want your whole weight hanging on that leg. Okay? I don't even need my hands for this. Alright? So I just want to start with leg entries. We will start doing actual breaking attacks later, but if you can't get the entry, then you don't have to worry about breaking his legs, because he's not going to be breakable. So again, coming in, I use my feet and my hand to slide myself in, foot on the hip, knee to my foot, and let's flare it out so that this foot hooks around this upper thigh. Okay? And I just want to go here. This is something, it has a ton of different names, single leg X. The Danaher guys call it Irimi Ashigarami. I'm fine with calling it single leg X. I don't need to use Japanese terms if I have to. And this is sort of this is what I would consider more of an entry leg entanglement. You can break someone from here, but it's not easy, because it's very easy to, basically if I'm here, I don't really have a closed hook here. So if he wants to break, down here, to take one hand, put it on my toes, like that, yeah, and just shove my, no. Palm on the balls of my, yeah, like that, and now just shove my foot away, yeah. Now I have no way to break his foot. Okay, that's all he has to do. Yeah, exactly. But what this is good for is I can start manipulating him now, and now I get nice heel exposure. Rolling him through, and I get a nice outside heel hook. Okay? So things like that is what this is good for. It's good also for just bringing him down. You can break him down fairly easy with this entry, but it's hard to finish someone from there. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not the one I would be relying on, I'll put it that way. Okay? So let's drill this one a bit, and then we'll go to the next one. Okay, so our next little single leg X entry that we're going to do, similar situation. I'm going to come in with a knee, shin on shin, and I didn't explicitly state it, but don't grab with your thumb out like this. Okay? You want to grab with your thumb in, and you don't want to grab with your fingers, but you want to grab sort of wrist deep is kind of the statement I always like to make. So if I grab with just his fingers and Yang kicks back, it's really easy for me to lose this grip. If I grab wrist deep and he kicks back, I can hold this one a lot more easily. Okay? So whenever you get, and that's a general sort of Jiu-Jitsu rule, you never want to, it doesn't matter what you're doing, even if I'm just doing something like this, okay, or like an arm drag, and I grab with my fingers and he pulls his arm out, that's pretty easy. If I'm grabbing wrist deep, this is always going to be an easier grip to hold on to. I always like to refer to it as the sloth grip. So you're grabbing it like a sloth hangs on a tree, just kind of like this, okay? So we're getting sort of our sloth grip, and this time we're going to enter through disbalancing him more, okay? So this is where things start getting kind of fun, I think. So we can make our opponent look really stupid too. So this time, instead of trying to shoot myself in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on the knee and kick out with the leg as I toss my head down to this foot. And while I do that, I bring this foot inside. So, like this. And you see, I get a lot more disbalancement when I do that. So this kind of a circular motion brings him out of his balance. And if I wanted to sweep him now, it's a lot easier. Because he's not standing as stable as he was before. So before, when you close the single leg X, he already kind of wobbles. If you take him completely out of his space when you go for it, you disbalance him even more, and your sweep becomes that much easier. So again, got our grip, pull and kick as I toss my head down, and I want his foot kind of going in this. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to kick his foot out this way. I want it going in this kind of a circular mode. Yeah, I want that. I want him going in sort of a semicircle. Okay? So from here, and there I just brought him down and I didn't even want to. Okay? I think that one's not that hard. Any questions? If not, I think we can just get started on this one. So it's a nice entry and it looks really cool. Okay. So that's 2 entries into single leg X from the seated position against the standing opponent. I want to do one more and then we'll get started with some sparring. This one also looks really cool. Again, same sort of entry. I've got my shin on shin. And just something I wanted to point out, again, to be explicit, just because I didn't say it before, you know where I'm going. Yeah, okay, so generally speaking, your opponent is not going to stand with such a narrow stance. Just for the simple fact that now I don't need any of this, I just idiot sweep him. Not only is it an easy sweep for me, it's really embarrassing for him if I can just kind of come in and do that. So he doesn't want me to do that, so he's going to generally, in this sort of position, stand with a wider stance so I can't get at that back leg so easy. Okay? And especially here, we are using this for our next leg entry. Okay? So we've had this balancing, we've had pulling in, we've had kicking this leg up. Now I'm going to do it by disbalancing this leg, and this is going to look cool. So what I do is I basically reinforce my grip with my other hand and pull because I want this foot coming forward. And as it comes forward, I'm going to kick. And now I get my single leg X entry. So, you don't have to kick it hard because he's already moving. All you have to do is just basically, it's kind of like if you take a step with this foot, it's kind of like as he steps, if I just do this. Okay, I don't need a lot of energy, or I don't need a lot of strength because his foot's already off the ground and it's already moving. I'm just giving it an extra pull to go where I want it to go. And it's the same thing here. Okay? This motion, go ahead, stand up further. This motion is what's going to get the foot moving, and all I have to do is just push it a bit with my foot. So. Okay? Now I'm nice and snug, and again, I got that disbalance. I can bring it pretty easy to the ground now if I want. Okay? So, pretty simple, but I think these are pretty interesting leg entries. I like these sorts of things against a standing opponent. So, let's give this one a bit of practice, and then we'll start doing some sparring.